Hey, what's up? How are you guys? How your fish doing? Hopefully, you are successful in this kind of hobby. As you all know, guys, recently from our previous video, we have several crossbreeding projects. Some of those resulted in good result. Some of those are also resulted in undesirable traits, just like that. But today I'm gonna show you also in this video our additional crossbreeding projects. Yeah. And also we need to accept the fact that not all crossbreeding projects will result into good one. So I'm gonna show you some of those also today, those undesirable traits, the outcome or those bad outputs on crossbreeding projects. Yeah, just like that. But before we proceed more furtherly, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss out every single of our coming videos. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for our crossbreeding project, I'm going to ask my friend for albino yellow king cobra as base body pattern of our future outcross. Actually, guppies are easy to breed. What's more difficult is to breed them in a way to pass down selective traits onto the next generation, so that they will display the physical traits you've selected, such as particular colors or tail shape. And if you're already subscribed to the channel for the long period of time, I always encourage hobbyists to do the selective breeding, even when you do the line breeding, outcrossing. And if you're just new to this channel, I want to encourage you guys to do the same, because this will help you to enhance your guppy strain. And to tell you, no matter how beautiful or expensive your guppy fish, still on the long run, if you don't know how to do the selective breeding or other techniques to maintain your line, time comes that beautiful guppies will turn into a hybrid junk. And yeah, that's the reality. So this is my friend fish collections, and let's pick 2 pairs of EY Kisi for free. To breed guppies selectively, you will need to plan it carefully. You'll need to monitor your guppies, put them on a healthy and nutritious diet, and you'll need to invest in aquariums to house multiple generations of guppies and equipment to maintain excellent conditions. The inexpensive guppy pairs you'll see in the pet shops are not the best quality specimens you can get. With this, you may get some interesting results, but nothing too fancy or out of the ordinary, just like that. To produce high-end specimens or show quality guppies, you need a prime specimens from the get-go. And the best place to get this from are reputable breeders that have been preserving the purity of strains and perform breeding that accounts for the healthiness of the particular guppy strain. Reputable breeders can also offer you a guppy couples that are healthy, whose lineage is known and fall into the fancy guppy or show guppy category. And of course, these specimens may be a little more sensitive than the regular guppy counterparts, so you may need to more attentive to their upbringing and care, but they will also bring you in more profit in return. And I recommend buying 3 females and 2 males. However, do not let them breed randomly, as harem breeding may not deliver you the best results. And draw up a plan so that the traits that you want to breed your guppy fish for, whether it's colors, size, tail shapes, or other peculiar aspects, and select the guppy pair that best showcase those traits. And outcrossing can help maintain the health of your guppies and reduce the chances of deformities or faults that may arise within breeding. And guppy outcrossing can also add desirable traits to your guppy line, an interesting color or tail shape, without worrying about the risk of deformities such as curved spine. It is recommended that you perform sometimes a guppy outcrossing every few generations to maintain genetic healthiness of your fish. And here our third crossbreeding project. We have here pairs of EY Kisi or albino yellow king cobra, and I want to cross them with this my albino platinum white. But due to inbreeding, they turn into somewhat yellowish color. But those are good one because we want to produce a yellow base body and caudal fins with cobra snake skin pattern on its body. And also I want you to follow our crossbreeding procedures from our past videos on how to create or make your own strain. For further tips and guidelines on crossbreeding method, because sometimes when the progression of a line trait does not go as planned, for example, unplanned or unforeseen traits find their way into the lineage, it is a good idea to mate your guppy from a line back to its ancestors or to their parents, because guppy backcrossing is essentially used to re-establish traits that have been disappeared even though it wasn't your intention, or to eradicate certain traits. Because this process, like many other breeding processes, when selective breeding guppies, takes time and you may only achieve success after a few tries. That's why there goes culling unwanted guppies. I already mentioned to you guys that with inbreeding, there's an increased chances of deformities, which is why you should sometimes perform an outcrossing here and there. Guppy bent spine or other faults can appear, and if your fish become too sick to have a quality of life, you may need to euthanize them, albeit painful process. However, you may need to remove certain guppies from breeding if they don't showcase the traits that you've been after. You can give these guppies away or sell them to other breeder or aquarists. Therefore, the process of culling guppies refers to removing guppies with undesirable traits or with abnormalities or diseases from genetic pool. And this is just normal when you are using or when you are doing a crossbreeding project, just like that. So when you buy a trio or two females and one male, you can establish two parallel lines. Keep the young from each female separated. These youngs are half brothers and sisters, and after a few generations there will be sufficient difference between the two lines so that you can cross the two lines to keep your strain strong. So every guppy breeder needs to learn how to pick fish in order to breed and raise good fish, just like that. And leaving all the fish together to breed causes rapid deterioration of the strain, and the smaller, the more active males impregnate the females first. At about 3 to 6 months, the time has come to separate males from the females, and at this age you can recognize the females by appearance of their gravid spot, and males will not show any darkness on their gravid area. And furthermore, do not keep more than 10 to 20 young in 10-gallon tank, because at 2 months the tank should contain no more than 1 fish per gallon to get maximum growth. Because maximum growth also requires you to maintain a proper feeding schedule and whatever tank maintenance that is necessary. The age for picking breeder or show guppies will depend on the rate of maturity of the particular strain you are working with. Some strains grow quicker than the others. For example, reds, greens, and blues grow rapidly and can be selected at 2 to 3 months. On the other hand, albinos, yellow, and pastel-colored guppies will require you that you wait for another 3 to 4 months since they mature very slowly. And pick your best 2 females and your best male and place them in a 2 or 5-gallon tank. That's why some breeders prefer several males or several females. Using one male allows you to observe the characteristics that the fish will pass on to his sons. And if the females do not become pregnant in 2 months, add an additional male to the tank, just like that. So smaller tanks are typically the choice for breeders in order to allow the male to catch the females. And here, as what I've said earlier, not all crossbreeding project will show good results. Actually, I cross metal yellow-green grass and EBM or electric blue Moscow, and this is the result. On the other hand, if you notice, the males have same like pattern, and that's good sign of crossbreeding. But unfortunately, I don't like the result when it comes to their body and caudal fins, just like same as lyre tail type, but as not as my type. But for me, I like their dorsal fins. And all in all, the result will fall as skull for me. But still, if you like the result, then you can still develop them. And we need to understand that we have different preferences when it comes to guppy patterns. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching this video till the end. And hopefully this guide will help you on your crossbreeding projects. And of course, if you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel to get updated of our coming videos. And if you have any comments, questions, and clarifications, just drop your comments down below. Or follow us on our FB page at hobbytv.ph, or just click the link below description. And I will do my best, guys, to answer all of your inquiries there. And of course, please be safe, everyone. To God be the glory. Bye bye.